everyone, and welcome back to the Experience Podcast. It's just me again this week. We're on part 2 of the commentary episode for episode number 74, Puzzle Night Part 2. Rose, Katie, and myself are in this episode. It's Rose's first episode. I believe it's Katie's second episode. So fresh appearances on the podcast. They're two good friends of mine. We talked a good deal, and when we were in college together, and I haven't spoken to them too much since, but maybe in the future. Always leave that door open. So we're here. We did part 1 last week, so don't forget to listen to that. I did listen to a little bit of that first part that I recorded last week, and it looks like the squeaky chair isn't too bad as long as it's not a ridiculous amount. So that's good, because I don't know how. Sometimes it's hard to tell how much the microphone picks up and all that. But anyway, we're gonna swing right into here for Puzzle Night Part 2. We're at 13 minutes 11 seconds. I didn't even read the description. Usually I read the description for everyone. Maybe I should do it this time, so I'll do it this time. Rose is very busy. Katie hosts a puzzle night, and Daniel wants new food options. So we've already heard about the Rose very busy. We've already heard Puzzle Night's already been. Yeah, we're still talking about Puzzle Night. I guess that's why I titled it. We're 13 minutes in, and we're still talking about Puzzle Night. And then I don't know about my food options. I must be talking about the dining options at Georgia Tech, which people love to complain. Look, we're gonna go on a tangent here. People love to complain about food options and everything at Georgia Tech. People like to complain in general, but especially like college students. The food there was fine. I would say it's fine. Probably like average for a college campus. It wasn't like you were royalty eating all these fancy things, but it wasn't like crap. Like, it was fine. It was fine for what it was, and there were enough options like on campus and around campus, right, to get food. So it wasn't too bad. I mean, you're in Atlanta, so you got plenty of options if you wanted to go off campus, even like nearby off campus. So like we're talking like a couple blocks off the campus, really not that far. There were plenty of options. It's not like you had to like, oh, you got to take a 20-minute train ride into downtown, and because Georgia Tech is in like Midtown Atlanta, so it's a couple miles north of the downtown like area where like the World of Coca-Cola is, the College Football Hall of Fame, all like big football stadiums and stuff. Like that's all like in the downtown area. It's a couple miles south. So like you wouldn't walk that. You could take the train, which is called the MARTA in Atlanta. So you could take the train if you wanted to. But even then, like the train stations were like a mile east of campus. So at that point, it's like if you're gonna walk that way to the train, you're gonna pass like perfectly good food options in Midtown just to get to the station. You know what I mean? So it was almost like not really worth it unless you had like a specific place you wanted to go to, or you wanted to do other activities. Like if you just wanted to get dinner or something, and you didn't want to get the on-campus food, there was plenty of options around campus is all I'm getting at. And especially depending on which part of campus you lived. I mean, it's not a small campus, but it certainly wasn't a big campus. It was probably about an average sized campus. And they had a bus system, but it wasn't, sometimes if it's late at night or something, they don't run as reliably. So, okay, we have been. I haven't even gotten to the episode yet, and we're almost at 4 minutes into this recording already. But we're getting into Puzzle Night Part 2. We're at 13 minutes 11 seconds. I'm done talking about food options in the city, but we're gonna get back into here. So what we're talking about right now in the episode, I am blanking. I think we're talking about going to some event. So we'll just see what happens. Let's get back into it.
Why is it a lunch?
It's a lunch banquet because there's a
breaking news here, guys.
Gig.
Inside source.
In the afternoon.
A big scoop, Katie, you just dug out.
Yeah, you really did.
Oh, I thought y'all
Some
were.
Rose, do you have any other scoops that you'd
No,
like
it's
to...
equally expensive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other scoops you'd like to break?
From Band Club?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. Keep in mind also, this is a month out later, so...
Alright, well, if
It
it's
won't
going
matter.
out in a month
it
and a
won't
half,
matter anyway.
we're doing good,
That's it?
This is good, yeah.
Do you like your position in Band Club, Rose?
Yeah. No, I complain about it a lot because I just hate having responsibility, but in
Why
reality...
do you keep putting yourself in places of responsibility?
Yeah.
Because how am I supposed to get validation otherwise, I just like I really need the, ego boost if I do something good, I need,
Pausing here. Good on Rose for, understanding, areas of weakness for herself and, trying to make herself better. We're laughing at her, but, now that we're all adults, I'm listening back and I'm like, you know what, Rose did the right thing there. Yeah, so Rose was part of band club, which was not related, but kind of related to the Greek life organizations that were also related to band. A little complicated, but there were different organizations that supported the band and various activities that they did. And so, yeah, Rose had a little more information for things like the banquet, stuff like that was kind of run by those organizations and things like that. So, okay, back into it.
A lot of people to know about it.
I feel like Katie gives you a slight giggle when you do something good. Isn't that
Oh
that
yeah,
validation
she does.
enough?
She's very supportive.
My roommates tend to call themselves like dumb or stupid while they're
A
doing
lot.
homework.
Because
And-
I am stupid.
No, you're not. And
This is how every night in our apartment goes.
Is Rose like doing homework like, oh, I'm such an idiot, I should just drop out? Or should I-
Yes,
Literally,
and I'm like, no, you're not an idiot. And if you drop out, I'll miss you.
My solution to everything is dropping out and moving to California.
Who's helping with puzzle night anyway?
Yeah, so if you guys you're like, where's Rose? I've probably dropped out. That's the moral of the story. Because I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
This is how every night in the apartment.
Yeah, this is a live live
Demonstration.
reenactment.
of every night in the apartment when people are doing homework. I just
Exactly.
yell at them to appreciate themselves.
And then we're like, okay.
When do you do homework then, Katie?
It gets done,
I'm also doing homework. That's why we're all in the same room.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys all do it together? Are you all the same major? Or
No,
God,
no.
no.
We just all sit in the same room
you just happen
doing.
to be all doing the homework at the same time?
You were just
Yeah.
all doing different homework
homework.
together that we
At the
can
same
complain
time.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a vibe, for sure.
So you have to complain because the other people don't even know what homework is.
Exactly. And if I complain to my parents, they're like, why don't you go to office hours? I'm like, I don't want to go to office hours, I just want to complain.
I hate when parents do that.
I love my parents and they're looking out for what's best for me, but
But like,
sometimes you
if
just gotta
I
complain.
want to complain and be like, I didn't do well on this, and then they're like, well, did you do this? Well, did you go to the office hours? Well, did you study? It's like, Mom, I just want to be sad. Just let me be sad.
It's how it be sometimes, yeah.
But instead, we just tell our friends that we're sad because they
Yeah.
get it.
Everyone at the school gets it. Sometimes it's just how it be.
My mom at some point was telling me that, like, oh, you need to, like, keep your GPA at this, blah, 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 blah. She went to a business school, like, 30 years ago. Like, Mom, keep it to yourself. Like,
Pausing here. Let me know leave a comment. Was your parents like very overbearing for your grades and all that? Like my parents generally left me alone. They kind of trusted me to do the right thing, even if sometimes I struggled. I was like, I also was someone who never brought it up to my parents. It was sort of the thing that like I didn't talk about it. And I worked hard enough during high school and middle school and all that, where it's like they never felt the need to pressure me to do that stuff. And like I got to a point, I'm gonna brag here, but I got to a point where like I was doing stuff that like they didn't understand. Like they didn't understand the specific. They couldn't. It's not like they could help me on my homework or anything like that. Like they didn't do calculus or things like that. So that helped me a little bit. Where I was like, no, I just gotta do my own thing. Like there's nothing you can do to help. Like, and I was a very much like leave me alone type of kid as well, obviously. So okay, back into it.
tech's a little harder than your business school
Just a
30
bit.
years ago. But maybe that's disrespectful. I love you, Mom.
If you're listening,
Just you send the podcast?
No.
you should.
No.
No.
No. Blake sends it to his parents.
That's cute.
Aw, that is cute. Wow.
He seemed very pure.
Yeah, well. Anyway,
Anyway,
Oh.
moving on.
it's a band banquet.
Band banquet. It's gonna be a lunch banquet. All your favorite,
The same food
Sodexo
every year?
dining
No, it's not Sodexo.
or whatever. Yeah, Aramark, I guess.
So
now.
it's different food this time, technically.
It might be. Yeah.
Is
I'm
it
not sure
so
if.
it's always the Italian feast or whatever.
Yeah,
Is it gonna be the same thing?
I would say yes.
Why don't they try doing something different?
Well, the thing is,
Pausing here. So I have extensive experience in this. Okay, first of all, I had been to several band banquets at that point. This would have been my fifth band banquet. Okay, so I had And for those asking, this was in my master's year. I did a year extra to do my master's degree. I didn't get held back right. Okay, let's calm down. Everyone calm down. So I had plenty of experience going to these banquets. Additionally, I was a president famously, actually. I was president for Energy Club for about a couple of years, I guess a year and a half. But then I was involved in the club prior to that. So I was involved in that club for 4 years, and including within that, I'm saying this completely wrong. I was involved with the Energy Club for about 4 years, and within that, I was president for about a year and a half. Let's just say that. Okay. Anyway, so we would always plan events and things like that, small and large, which used the Georgia Tech catering system, which students had access to. You just had to do a few things, like sign up and all that. So I knew about like the options they had. I knew price-wise. I kind of had an idea about how that works. So like Band Banquet or Band Club, who was hosting Band Banquet, as we're talking about here, which Rose was involved in, used the same process. So I had some knowledge. I was like, why do we have to do this every time? Because I knew there were other things that they could do. But and speaking of that, and I mentioned in the episode, I got a lot to say on this episode. It's crazy. We got to listen to it at some point. It was always this like Italian. It was always an Italian blend or whatever it's called. I call it Italian feast. It was basically that. There was like a lasagna, a chicken parmesan, or whatever. It was like very like standard Italian, whatever, American Italian, I should say. And I was wondering if they were going to change it up this year. And what Rose was saying was, no, I don't remember this. Again, this was 6.5 years ago. I don't remember what they served. It was probably the same food. But anyway, let's get back into the episode.
Because it's held, everyone likes Italian food, and because it's held in the student center, we have to get it catered by Georgia Tech
Yes,
Catering.
but there's other options.
There are other options,
different
just none of
themes.
them are as good.
There's
you
different
know?
themes.
There's different themes, but like, I don't know.
Well,
For
I guess you guys have only done it once. When you do it
yeah.
4 times.
Yeah. Normally,
I know exactly what food it's going to be.
See, the lunch banquet is uncharted territory for us. It's very new and exciting.
Isn't it the same thing, but just pushed forward a few hours?
Well, yeah, but like,
Oh.
here's the thing: if you're eating dinner, like the Italian feast or whatever, it's a very like dinner appropriate kind of meal, you know.
Mhm.
But like for lunch, you could have tacos. You know, I'm not promising anything. I'm just saying that like.
Are you leaking that there's going to be tacos?
They're gonna
No,
Tacos?
it's quite the opposite. It's probably going to be the Italian feast.
How do you
once
not know
again.
what the food is? You have to.
That's not my job.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
I'm pausing here. I'm laughing. Rose keeps saying Italian. Like I just called it the Italian feast as a joke, and I love that she's like, that's what it is. It's called the Italian feast. It's definitely not what it's called. But like, I don't know. Some of these things that I don't know, these dumb names that I can get people to say is hilarious to me sometimes. But anyway, back into it.
because you have to order like a week in advance.
Well, you have to order it, but like whatever you order, you can order it at the same time. So I mean, I'm sure a decision has been made, but I don't know.
So what is your role?
My role, I'm the secretary treasurer of band club. It's very
You
exciting.
just have to make sure that the money's accounted for.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Katie has not paid her band dues. Is that what?
Katie absolutely has not paid her band dues.
Wait, really?
I don't know. If you're not sure, you can just pay them to me just to be safe, and I'll hold on to it.
Anyone
for you.
else? If you haven't sure, even if you're in a band, just Venmo Rose. Rose was your.
Yeah, it's at Rose K. Lacey, Venmo. Or if you want to hit the GT Band Club, it would be at GT Band Club.
Yeah, just send money there in case you didn't know.
Yeah, dues are $30 if you're in band and $500 paid directly to me if you're not in band.
If you're not
So
in
if you're
Got it.
listening and you're just wanting to join band club, there's a way.
There you
Is
go.
it really $500 not on the band? Because we pay
It's-
like marching band
It's
dues, right?
infinite
No, you
dollars
don't
if you're
pay
not in the
marching
band
band
because you can't
Don't
join.
pay something.
You pay an instrument rental fee.
Yeah, and you
I
pay
feel
for
like I
your
paid like
uniform.
$350.
Well, that's
Last
for your
year.
uniform pieces because you're a freshman.
Oh,
This
your
year you
folder
should
and all
not
that.
have paid. You should have only paid for the instrument.
I feel like I probably only paid for
Maybe like Josh
I
Garrett
can
tricked you
stand.
into paying extra money to him.
Josh Garrett, where's my
He looked at you and he's like, your band dues will be $200 this year.
He was like, I
He
guess
slides
so.
that $15 across to the instrument rental fee. Who knows what happens to the rest, you know?
$185 straight to Josh Garrett's pocket.
Yeah.
Josh Garrett laughs at me when he hears me playing poorly.
Really, is it that noticeable?
When
When he
he's
walks
walking
by.
down the line of trumpets when we're supposed to be playing the national anthem and I'm not playing anything, he steps back towards me, looks
Yeah.
me in the eye, and just starts laughing.
Oh yeah. My favorite thing is not to put you on the spot, Katie, but sometimes Katie just comes
Here
in
we
like
go.
a beat later than everyone else, or a beat earlier, and then like Chip cuts the note and he's like, "Trumpets, when you came in a little early," and we're all just
It's
like,
always
"Hmm,
Katie.
I wonder who
It was me.
it was."
Why don't you just do better?
Why don't
I'm
you do
trying
that,
my best.
Katie is amazing.
You don't know the
Okay.
national anthem?
No, not on trumpet.
It's the same.
No, it's not.
It's not,
It's
but-
not. I just never like we didn't spend a lot of time learning like the things that everybody knows, right? So we don't spend a lot of time learning like Up with the White and Gold and Grambling and like
Well,
the alma
Well, you
mater
just
and the
play
national
them so
anthem.
many times.
You play them so many times, but you don't play the national anthem and the alma mater very often because like we will run.
I'm pausing here. Katie is absolutely correct. If you're a freshman coming in, like you got to learn that fast. Like they do not practice that often because if you're not in your first year in band, like you've played it a million. You've played the fight song, what she's talking about, Ramblin' Wreck and Up with the White and Gold. Those are the fight songs. Fight songs and even like the alma mater and the national anthem, which she's correct, we play less often, but we still played it, several times a year. So like if you're a returning band member, like you've played it so many times, and that's what like at least 2/3 of the band is returning, right, every year. So it's a little excessive for them to have practiced that, and you can't. There's only so much practice time, for marching band, like especially at Georgia Tech where it wasn't like a requirement for anyone. It was completely volunteer. We didn't practice that often. We practiced basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 hours each. So not a ton of time, but 2 hours or 3 hours? No, yeah, it was 2 hours each. So not a ton of time, right, each week, especially if you have a show on Saturday. Like 6 hours, it sounds like a lot, I guess, but it really isn't, especially because you got to like warm up and you got to practice your marching and you have the show music and you have all the music that you play while you're in the stands. So there's a lot of music that you have to learn right off the bat if you're a freshman. And that's why you have band camp, which is a week before band, which is how long were those? They started at like, I want to say they were like 10-hour days. Is that correct? I don't remember exactly, but they were incredibly long days. It was like you didn't have time to do anything. It was over 8 hours of band every day. Monday through Saturday, basically. The week before school starts. It was like the athletes would come to school a week before, and so would the band. So it was kind of nice because you would get like priority, like move-in times essentially. So you get to move in a week before everyone else does. So it's a little quieter. It's easier to move in. You get settled sooner. And obviously and band camp was a lot of fun. Like it was really just like there's no school yet, obviously, because school hasn't started yet. So it's just like a week to have fun, and it's hard work. It's you're out especially in Atlanta, in September, in like August in Atlanta. It's like incredibly hot, and it's a lot of work. But it was also very rewarding, and that's where I made pretty much all my friends in my time there. So anyway, we're gonna do like another 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, we're already running long on this episode, but so let's keep going.
Yeah, but I feel like
But
you
we'll
could
just be
just
like,
practice it for like 20 minutes one day on like a Saturday morning.
I
and you could
totally
figure it out.
could, but like I feel like every time I'm like, man, I've practiced trumpet right now. We've just played the horse.
Really?
What?
You only want to
I only
after
want
a
to
game?
practice
I will say, like,
after we've played the horse.
being told I'm not allowed to play my trumpet is the only time I ever really, really want to play my trumpet. It's just like it's forbidden. You have to do it.
That's basically what it is.
But it's
Yeah,
not
but I
worth
feel
the.
like Katie, you've also had a year of doing this. Like,
Pausing here. Yeah, Katie's running out of excuses. The horse was the song that we played after every event. Not every event, but especially every sporting event. We play the song. If you've been to a Georgia Tech sporting event, like that includes basketball, volleyball, and football. Basically, are the events that we would play at. We played the horse at the end, so you would, if you stick around long enough, you'll hear it. And I guess it's kind of like a little what's it called? Not like what's it called? Thing that's I'm forgetting the word, but anyway, you couldn't wear, for good luck, I guess, you can't play your trumpet after you played the horse. That's like the last thing you play, and that's it. I guess myth. I don't know what the word I'm saying is, but you can't play your trumpet after the horse until like midnight, basically. Then so if you're if it's a late game, then you get out of it pretty quick. But if it's like an afternoon game, like that's it. You can't play again after the horse. So there will be instances where like there would be multiple games in a day. Like we wouldn't play the horse after the first one because they're like, nope, we got to play later. And the directors were on top of that too. Like they were completely in on it as well. So it's superstition. That's the word I was thinking of. So the directors were also part of it. It's just kind of Georgia Tech had a lot of great traditions, and you learn about them. Some of them were band specific like that, but then you also learn about like the school traditions, which largely have gotten lost over the years. I mean, Georgia Tech is over 150 years old. Is it 150? It's almost, if it's not over, it's close to 150 years old. So a lot of those like older traditions have kind of just faded over time, but the band and then a couple clubs at the school, like the Ramblin' Rec Club, which is like a spirit club, but like also the band have kept a lot of those traditions alive, which is nice. The ones that make sense. They got rid of some ones that didn't make sense and stuff, but it's very much like, and I probably mentioned on this commentary before, but it's very much like its own, fraternity, the marching band, in terms of just like the things you got to do and the friends you make along the way and all that. So anyway, let's get back into it. I'm talking a lot this episode, and I don't know. It's just they're bringing up things that like I'm realizing maybe I should explain that to the audience. Like if you've never heard of these things, like you wouldn't know what we're talking about. So okay, back into it.
By now you should. This isn't like your first
But
month.
I never took the time to learn it the first year or this year.
And you're saying it's too far gone.
It's too late
It
now.
really
You've just learned all the like accidental wrong notes, and you just play it, and you're like, it's not right, but it's the same.
fine.
Well,
So-
it's not like a song like Ramblin' where I can just like try different notes and see if they work, because it's the national anthem and like everybody knows what all the parts are supposed to sound like. And if I'm like standing behind Jonathan just blasting wrong notes, he's gonna turn around and be Katie, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god.
So I just don't.
You could bring the music.
I don't want to march all of pregame with the music for one song.
Plus,
you
it's
just,
a
like-
dead giveaway that you don't know what's going on when you should,
Yeah, I don't want Chip to know.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Chip would judge you hard.
Okay. This Chip does listen to the podcast. He's an avid subscriber.
I
I
don't
believe
believe
it.
that.
Oh.
I bet if I send it to him, he'll listen. He watched my my YouTube videos.
You have YouTube videos?
I have YouTube videos and some of the
Yeah, the
dance
vlogs.
Oh, yeah.
You were on one.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Katie.
When I broke the toilet.
Yeah, well, I think Chris Moore saw that one.
I don't even know what happened.
You didn't break the toilet, you just didn't know how toilets work.
I pressed the button. Nothing happened. I kept pressing the button.
Probably have to hold it longer.
I think I did hold it and nothing happened. And I was like, well. And then I messaged Josh Garrett and he like looked at me from the front of the bus like so judgmental.
In the
Josh
same
Garrett
way
is
he
so
looks at you. I was
judgmental.
like, does he give you the same look every time?
Yes!
Okay.
The
No
other
matter
day-
what happens, you ask Josh. Just anything and it's the same look.
The other day we were tuning and he'll come down the line of trumpets with like his like what an iPad?
Tablet,
whatever.
yeah.
He'll come down with like a tuner and he'll like tell us to tune. And we were tuning I think to like 438 and I was still flat. I think I just got into rehearsal too, like, and we were just about to tune because I come late from class. And my slide was all the way in already. And Josh was like, yeah, you're about 10 cents flat. And I like turned the trumpet so he could see the slide. And he just started laughing at me. And he was like, try playing with a little more air. Because there was just nothing I could do.
Yeah. There was one time we were doing one of the warm-ups, and for whatever reason, I was just not in it, and, like, my marking time was not even close to correct. I was, like, on, like, upbeats and stuff, and on the wrong foot. It was a complete mess. And he just, like, looks over at me, looks down at my feet, looks up at me again, looks down at my feet again, and I just start laughing at that point, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best.
Another time we were playing some song where we do like the infinity with our trumpets,
Oh,
where
yeah.
we're like doing like longer notes.
Classic.
And I enjoy like moving my trumpet around, so I like really get into like moving it back and forth. And Josh Garrett kind of said to the thirds in general, like, I can tell a lot of you are late because your trumpets are out of time. Except for Katie, because Katie is so obviously in time and so exaggerated with it. I was like, yes, I got praise from Josh Garrett.
That really is like the peak human form, is just Josh Garrett praising you for doing anything. You can't go up from there.
Oh, guys, he didn't always used to be like this. Don't worry.
What do you mean?
No, he was just a scared. He's the same year as I am, so I've known
Oh.
him for
Old.
for 5 years now. Well,
Wow.
he did not know what was going on his freshman year. He was very deer in the headlights.
But
Wow.
when did he do drum corps and stuff?
The year after that,
Oh, okay.
and that's when he became sectional leader, his second year.
Got it.
Wow.
Got it.
But yeah, very deer in the headlights. I remember when we went dwarfing. We went dwarfing together. We were sitting in the back.
Yeah.
We were both like, completely lost. You don't know what's going on. I think that was the first time we'd ever spoken.
He never,
Yeah.
like, ever?
Yeah, I mean that was like the Thursday of band camp, so it had been
Still
like a few
early.
days.
Yeah.
Like, you
I mean, I
got,
think
like,
I knew who
18
he.
days
I knew
of
who
your
he.
life?
I knew who he
I mean,
was.
18 years of your life, and neither of you had spoken.
What? No, I've only known him since band. What?
That's funny.
I'm
Katie's
making a
trying
really
to
shitty joke.
It's not funny
I know,
Yeah.
that's why it's shitty.
worth a shot though.
because most people don't know anything. So it's anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, I think I knew who he was, but that was the first time we had.
wow. I can only
So-
imagine Josh Garrett as like section leader, staff pass kind of
Yeah.
role. Can't
Yeah.
imagine him not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, that's
Okay, pausing here. We're at 26 minutes and 22 seconds. And we're going to finish the rest in part 3 because we are kind of running a little long here. I've been blabbing my mouth this whole time, but we were talking about Josh Garrett, who again is someone who I started band with. He's the same age as I am, and we did band together for 5 years together, and it was great, He was someone I learned a lot from. I did appreciate my time with him. Anyway, so that's this week's episode. That's part 2. Come back next week for part 3. It's part 2 of the commentary, not to be confused with Puzzle Night part 2, which was related to the Puzzle Night stuff that we're talking about in the beginning of the episode. That was mostly in part 1. So, anyway, did we get to the food things yet? I don't think we got to the food things yet, so that must be later. So come back for part 3 for that next week. Thank you for listening.